Here we go again with part 5 of our Motorsport Manager series. We've reached the Ardennes Grand Prix, just finished the Portuguese Grand Prix, so we're about halfway through the season now. It's event 5 of 10, so after this race we'll be halfway through the season, which is good news for us because this season is just a season we need to pretty much get over with. It's not going to be a good season for us, so yeah, let's see if we sign the Finnish driver. We can just, should we look at males or should we look at drivers first? I honestly don't really care. I think we'll look at drivers first. Let's just see. Contract agreed. Okay. The agreed is delighted with everything neutral about wages, which is good for us because that means we haven't paid too much. We'll place her with Evans. We can also place her with Linares and then promote him. Promote her afterwards to Evans positions. But for now, we'll sign her. So we have two pretty even riders right now, Lahtinen and Santana. That would be much better, so we have two riders to work for instead of just one. So let's replace Evans, fire him. Don't really care about him anymore. I was annoyed by him. He was bad. We have a fresh rider as well. Can we actually change helmet? I didn't even know. Oh, we can't. Anyway. 7 points. She only needs to get 7 points and she'd already beaten Evans, scoring the first 4 races. He got 20th, 20th, 19th and probably 18th. So he's got 7 points in 4 races. That's... I mean, you can only do 3 points worse than that. So, he's really poor. Okay, Gerard top. Car condition update, check out your car. Yeah, that's fine. Contact terminated, yeah, I don't care. I won't be able to look in the eye again. I'm not planning to look him in the eye anyway. Yeah, we signed Lahtinen as well. 1.4 million per year. That's not really that much for a top racing driver, for a great team. Car, let's just... I think it should be done in a few days, 5-6 days. So we'll similar to that, and then we'll pick out the new updates properly again, focusing on reliability instead of performance. Okay, so I forgot to pause, so we actually got way further on in the break here than I planned. Gearbox has been fixed though. Thinking about doing brakes. Anything that's faster than this. You could just improve engines on one of the cars, and she'll be that much faster in the race. We can improve gearbox apparently. Reliability on one of the rear wings, reliability on one of the suspension just before the race. What I really want is brakes because that's the most likely thing to break at the moment, and then I can focus purely on performance and breadth as well. I'll just do it and then we'll wait for, I think it should be done for the next race anyway, which will be the Munich Grand Prix for the second time. So yeah, we'll do that. Meanwhile, we have got a few males as well. Vegetative Isle will be seeing Cortez tires, so they're going to have a word probably on which kind of tires we'll be using next season, which I don't really care about too much. Okay, it's apparently now. New world started. Cortez tires instead of the ones we have now. So we will not benefit from this rule because we struggle with tire wear. So I should vote against. I have 2 voting powers. Should I use both of them? Or should I just abstain because it seems like we're going to lose anyway. It's 3 versus 3. I'm guessing they're the best cars in the field will like this rule. So the tires we have now are faster, but these tires would last longer. Okay, I'm just voting against and we'll see what happens. 1, 2-0. 3-0, okay, I should have just abstained. 3-1, oh 3-2, can make a comeback here. 3-3, could be exciting. Oh, 4-3, 4-4, I still haven't voted. 5-4, is it 5-5? It's, oh, he voted 2 times. Oh, thank you this guy, I don't know who he is, but he saved me there. Okay, so it ended up actually being a good vote for us. I didn't have to use my extra vote as well. So we're staying on the old tires. I can't remember what they were called, but we're at least not using these Cortez tires instead. I think we should be close to the next Grand Prix now, so let's get to that. Okay, we have a dilemma here just before the race. He's only, of course, just come into the team. Can you promise me that I'll come in 19th this season? So that's actually a pretty... That just means he can come last. So either she needs to beat another rider or she needs to beat my teammate. She's same stats as my teammate is standings. Look at this. She needs to get 17 points. That's actually a 4th place finish to overtake this Santana guy. Actually, yeah, Santana. 26 points to overtake anybody else. It's going to be very difficult to actually do that. So should we lose some morale early on, I'm just going to be realistic. I could probably have used that trait, but in the end, she probably would have been really annoyed with me if she didn't manage to make that after I promised her to her. Let's just go this, 16th place, and race. Also, I just noticed one thing. I'm pretty sure we got more money than we used to because we had her pay driver bonus that we didn't have with Evans, so we got like 200,000 more than we usually did after a race, even without the bonus. Okay, so we've got 2 drivers ready here. Lahtinen is at least 7th in feedback, so we should be a lot better here. Getting knowledge than we did before, just because we have a few better riders now. I'll go in the middle of both handling. Not want to really touch that too much, just go a little bit up on both. And that should be fine. Santana will go out on soft tires as well for her. There's not seems to be a rain coming soon. For Lahtinen will go high downforce as well. And kind of the same, a little bit more oversteer and a little bit more acceleration, just to see if we are closer that way than we were with the other riders. Just to have some difference between the 2 riders. Then we can kind of guess our way to which way is the right way to go after they come into the pits halfway through the session. Okay, so we have Lahtinen in now. She complained about speed balance. Both of them complained about speed balance. We definitely need more top speed, also power handling, so we need to figure out what way we need to go here. Also, I think we need a little bit more high downforce. Both of them seem to want more. Gear ratios need to go way up. I think actually up around here. And gear ratio will probably need more oversteer as well. Let's think we should go around something like that. Put on a new set of soft tires and send her out immediately. We'll see anything about Santana's setup once it comes in here to the pits. Good, okay pause. So she's actually close to better handling. I can't remember exactly what way we put her compared to Santana. I think we put her closer to oversteer as well. So I think we've done the right thing with both of them here. Getting them more top speed and more oversteer. So maybe something like that. And a little bit more like this. Oh, maybe that's too much gear ratios. I think that's too much for gear ratios. Something like that maybe. I think right there should be fine. Let's just do a stint to the finish here and see if we can get level 1. We will get level 1 anyway. Okay, the practice is over now, and I messed up with the setup a little bit. We definitely needed more understeer compared to oversteer. So for now, we're going to go with this actually. We're going to go performance today for Santana, and performance as well with both of them. I think these both should make it to the end. Only brakes are a problem. You can see we really messed up with the suspension stiffness, so we'll go up all the way up here for Santana. Tire choice, you'll start on soft tires. Weather should be fine. And I'm actually a little bit worried. I'm still going to go on soft tires and then just use them out because it's only a short race. It's only 22 laps. Not a short race, just long laps. Same here. Much longer suspension stiffness around here again. Something like that maybe. And it also gives us more top speed. And yeah. Something like that I think should be fine. Could go even more like this. I'll go like this. I think that should be fine for Lahtinen as well. And soft tires for her as well. And I'm going to go pretty much pedal to the metal from the start of the race here. Because I think we'll need to pit for intermediate soon. At least I'll go the first lap on full speed out. Maybe plugging up one of the riders off with Santana if Lahtinen gets up to a start or the other way around. I hope she doesn't win the race, and I should have said get 19th because that would have been great for me. Let's see, come on, go start for both of them. Better start for Lahtinen honestly, but they both come out in front. I back up here. Still, Lahtinen will get a second or so already of a gap down to Dreyfus, who's gotten through in second now. I blocked off Dembele a little bit. Of course I'm on soft tires as well, so I'm not that fast compared to everyone else. I should probably try and get more on the softer compounds at the beginning of the race, just to get a good start to the race instead of throwing down in the peloton so fast every time. But I just really value getting the distance at the beginning of the race. Okay, so now Santana has been overtaken by a lot of riders, so she can go up the push again. Seems to be wetter and wetter, but it's only around lap 6 as we need to really care about it. That's 0.7 seconds, around a second down to Dreyfus. Lahtinen has right now. I'll probably focus more on her since she's in first at the moment. This is not something we're really used to, but now she's really getting overtaken. Yeah, oh, she actually defensive place really nicely from Dreyfus. Our new rider showing up great from the beginning here, but now she gets overtaken by the teammates. I think the teammates, no, they're not teammates. They were just both yellow cars from different teams. 4th place now. Yeah, she drops down really quickly at the moment here. Get down to 5th, Santana down to 10th. So we're slowly going through the peloton now. Hopefully we can still get that 16th place here. I think we got a decent start, so it should at least be a possibility for us. Honestly, that's not looking too bad because we have quite a bit of a gap down to 8th place, who has a big gap up to from Girard up to Venen in 7th. So there's a few. If we pit, Abaloa again has been, I think that's the 2nd race in a row he's gonna drive through penalty for a collision. He's down in 19th now, so he's probably also going a bit slower. That's a rider maybe we have a chance of beating here, just because he has to go all the way down now to the pits. Mateta as well. They were probably in a collision together. I think those two riders have been in a lot of collisions throughout this season at the moment. Santana down in 14th at this point. Still dry right outside. Santana locks up. Ruins her tires a little bit. Okay, it's not going to be worth it to go on intermediate tires. So good thing I didn't go full out and switch intermediates early on. They're probably going to complain, both of them, saying we should go on intermediate tires. But I'm not going to do that. Okay, so now the rider behind me on soft tires, of course, super softs, are going in the pits. I can stay out probably another lap, maybe 2 laps more with Lahtinen, just because I chose the harder compound tires. So let's see how many riders will actually go in the pits here. Santana has crashed. Oh no. She crashed. Is that a safety car? Well, that is a safety car, so we'll definitely pit here. Pit here now. Fuel options fill up as well. Parking distance fine. Fast pit stop. Let's see if we can gain a place here in the pit. Or maybe even more. And we'll see where we come out. So our teammate, or a normal leading rider, Santana, has gone out. I come out in 5th at the moment. So I maybe have gained 1 place here. We'll go down to conserve low, just to conserve, of course. So we came out with the harder compounds. It's pretty mixed peloton, honestly. Everyone pitted here, saw the opportunity to get on first tires. So it's pretty much a restart here. This time we're just starting in 5th place, which is honestly bad for us. I would have preferred the pit stop to come maybe a lap later, so I could have really used my first off the tires to gain a few seconds while the other riders were pitting, and then come out on the first tires and then kind of doing an overcut of them, at least. So having first tires at the end of the race. So there's a bit of water right now out on the track. It'll get a bit worse in the next lap, but we're not going to pit up for it at all at the moment. It's going to stop raining in 1 lap as well, and then it'll dry out soon the same. So now we're just waiting for the safety car to come in. So the race is about to start again now, up to a high fuel mode again here. So we're on lap 7 now. We're about to go into lap 8. So we've done 7 laps at the moment. So we could actually, we have 9 laps of fuel. We could do a 2-stop race. I'm going to stop once more and put another set of softs out with Lahtinen. So that means we have to save up quite a bit of fuel here, though. What is this is actually going to be really tough to make it all fit together. I'm going to try and only stop once more. Actually got up to 4th place and then down to 7th or 6th only, then back to 5th. Okay, really start here. Kind of getting overtaken by a few riders here. going side by side with Dembele, but he's actually doing a pretty good job defending for himself, considering all the riders around here are on better tires at the moment than she is. But she keeps the 5th place after the first lap, it seems. It's not something I expected. I expected her to drop down to like 8th, 9th, 10th. And it seems like there's a bit of a queue behind her as well, so she might get a little bit of a gap, hoping that the riders behind her appreciate each other. She's also now getting dropped by Dembele, Dreyfus, etc. and Tang ahead of her. So maybe not that great. Valdez and Arbeloa went into the pits. So that's at least 2 riders who pitted early on. They might just pit once more and then they'll go to the end. Same thing I'm hoping to do. I just hope I can stay ahead of them for the entire race now. Okay, I'm actually doing pretty well here. I'm still in 6th place with, I think it's like 10 laps to go now. Fuel wise, if we pitted now, how many laps would have to go to? Probably 9 laps, right? In 9 laps, which is exactly what we can do, I think. So I really want to do 1 more lap than this. So I don't have 8 laps to do, so then I can at least be sure that I will make it to the end on the next stop. So I'll put it on high because we have enough fuel to do that. 5th place, Sabato ahead of us is pitting. 2nd and 3rd ahead of us are pitting as well. We'll probably come out just around them, the guys who pitted now. As I think we will probably come out one up behind. I just came out behind Tang. But we came out ahead of Dembele, who will probably overtake us pretty soon here. But now is when we're going to pit here. Lahtinen on her final set of soft tires of the race. I think the guys who just pitted now will hope to make it to the end, but they'll probably struggle with petrol at the end of the race, and that's where maybe I can put up a few positions. You can see we're actually quite a bit ahead of these riders. Most of them have probably pitted, so I'm a bit worried about it. I mean, where we're coming out at. So I pitted on softs and I pitted on fuel. Let me just check again. Soft tires, fully fueled up, parts are fine, fast pit stop. Okay, there's nothing more we can do now. Let's just hope for the best. Valdez behind us hasn't pitted yet. Melo hasn't pitted yet. Arbeloa will have some of the riders in soft tires will probably have to pit again. Sadat is out of fuel now in 1st place. Oh, he just made it into the pit, so that doesn't really matter too much. So we come into the pit lane here. We have Valdez behind us as well. Coming out probably maybe in 13th place, 12th place. Yeah, we just come out ahead of Cavalcanti here on super soft tires, so he has the faster compounds on. He'll probably have the speed advantage here in the early part of the race. We'll go medium for now. It'll probably mean we get overtaken by all the riders behind us, but I'm hoping that some of these riders will have to pit again at some point. It also means we don't have a chance of catching the riders ahead of us, which we would have if we done a bit faster. But I'll rather just get that top 16 place, which is honestly more difficult to get at the moment. Still keeping them behind us, as long as the longer we can keep them behind us, the better, because their super soft tires are going to get worse, while my fresh tires that I'm not really wearing out at the moment are just going to get better and better. You can see they're going harder on their tires than I am as well. Arbeloa is at least, but Arbeloa I'm pretty sure will definitely have to pit again at some point. Oh, he actually got past me there, so did Cavalcanti. Still have Vananen and Rogers behind me, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to down to 17th, 18th soon. I'm really battling here with Vananen. Actually, I think it's 2 Finnish riders now competing against each other. 15th. Of course, I can't even beat my own teammate. The most annoying part is the only rider who crashed out of the race was actually one of my own riders. If it was one of the other riders, I would have had at least 2 chances of getting a top 16, and now I only have 1 chance. Getting pressured by Valdez now. He pitted on the same lap as me, but on soft instead of on super soft instead of softs. Oh, it was a little bit of a collision there between, I think, Rogers and me. We lost our sponsor objective now, but it's going to be really close. And some of the riders are overtaking me wide when I got out on the pits. Actually quite a bit ahead of me now. I have excess fuel. I'm going up to high now. I think I can handle high during the race now. I mean, the race leader is on the last 4 laps now. So when I pass the finish line here, I have 4 laps to go, and I have 5.3 laps of fuel to go. I think we should be fine with that level of fuel. My Tesla got just went into pit on new soft tires. So we're not going to catch the guy ahead of us. We can safely say that. But maybe some other riders. Dreyfus got into the pits on super softs probably. Sorry, there's a little break there. But yeah, we are in 17th place at the moment. We're actually not that far behind the 5 riders ahead of us, at least 2 riders ahead of us. We just need to overtake Valdez, who just got pitted at the same time as we did. Lahtinen is defending still from 2 behind us. This is going to be pretty close. Venon and Antonov maybe are some of the riders we have to look at to see who we can beat here. Still 3 laps to go. We have excess fuel at the moment as well. 2 laps for the leaders now. Tang got into the pits here. We'll come out in 5th place. On fresh tires, we can see the Dreyfus who got into the pits as the leader is only in 4th now. Oh, just also Dembele to 3rd, so he might just challenge for a podium spot. Antonov is out of fuel in 13th. Yeah, still has 2 laps to go. Oh, that's definitely going to cost him a lot. Because his John Stott here is out of fuel, he's in 7th. I mean, will they pit or will they just try and make it to the end? It's such a weird position for them at the moment. I know that as well. So Beauchamp in 2nd place is out of fuel. So this is Antonov we are catching here. We just got a lap overtaken by Rogers as well, which is really annoying for us. Because otherwise we would have been 16th if we just could have held on to the position. So we'll go on to push, overtake. 2 behind us is out of fuel. So that's 1 less rider. What is it? Okay, we're getting 16th. We're actually getting 16th. Yes. Come on, get past him. Yes, that's so good. We're not going to get any more position though, but we're getting a sponge objective, which is really what I wanted in our first race. He already has outperformed Evans, getting better than he has done in 4 races. He does in 1 race. I don't even know if we can catch Venom. No, we can't. Honestly, it was pretty close in the end, but just not enough. So in the end, we finished in 16th place, 20th place in Santana, who only crashed after 4 laps. Let's see if there's any more maybe penalties so we can move up even further in rankings. If we do, we will. If we move up like 2 or 3 rankings just here, we'll actually what's it called? Already have beaten Evans after 1 race. So let's hope we can do that. Of course, we don't have any problems. There's none risk of rule breaks. El Sadat, who actually won the race, has been demoted to Dreyfus wins. This guy Dembele, who got 2nd, has been promoted 7 places, 4 places. For Beloa, Mateta has been demoted 2 places, but we still finish 16th. Get 5 points, only 2 points behind Evans. So I think we'll at least get 20th pretty soon in the standings with Lahtinen here. We can just take a look at the standings here, and yeah, only 2 points behind. Get a little bit closer to Chu as well and the other guys, but finishing 19th will be very difficult for us at this point. Okay, so we got like 1 million euros. We're getting closer and closer to that 8 million point that I'm looking for. Probably 2 more races and we'll be there. But for now, I think that's the end of this episode. I just saw that Santana had got proper damage from her crash. So we'll look at that next episode. I think she's really hurt. All of her skills have pretty much gone down to 0. So she'll be even worse than Evans was the next episode. Which is annoying, but there's 31 days to Munich Grand Prix. Our reliability improvements will be done by then. So good news about that. But that's for next time. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this episode. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.